Welcome to my channel. HD Rare Coins 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. Today's exciting video on one of the most fascinating and sought after coins in US numismatics, the Roosevelt dime, specifically the 2002 edition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of rare coins, this particular dime has captured the interest of many due to its historical significance, unique design, and most importantly, its value on the market today. In order to fully understand why the 2002 Roosevelt dime is so valuable, we need to take a step back into the history of this iconic coin. Let's start with the man behind the dime, Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. FDR, as he's often called, led the country through some of its most challenging times, including the Great Depression and World War II. To honor Roosevelt's legacy and his efforts to combat the Great Depression, the U.S. Mint decided to feature him on the dime starting in 1946, shortly after his death. When you look closely at the Roosevelt dime, you can't help but notice its striking design. On the obverse side, Roosevelt's profile is clearly visible, captured in a way that exudes both dignity and resolve. The artist, John R. Cynic, chose to depict Roosevelt with a clear focus on his facial features and expressions, something that has made the design so memorable. What's particularly noteworthy is the artist's attention to detail, which has been praised for capturing Roosevelt's strong leadership and enduring image. But it's not just Roosevelt's likeness that makes this coin stand out. The reverse side of the dime features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. The torch symbolizes liberty, the olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch represents strength. These elements have come to embody the values of the United States and Roosevelt's own beliefs during his presidency. The 2002 Roosevelt dime holds its own unique place within this historical design. Though it may seem like just another coin at first glance, it's important to note that the minting process for dimes has changed over the years, and so has the quality of certain years' strikes. Minting imperfections, low mintage numbers, or specific errors can contribute to the rarity and value of certain coins, and the 2002 version is no exception. To truly understand the value of the 2002 Roosevelt dime, we need to dig a little deeper into its minting history. The 2002 dimes were produced in multiple U.S. mint facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each minting facility produced its own version of the coin, with different mint marks located on the reverse side. Philadelphia minted dimes typically lack a mint mark, while Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco coins have an S mark. The mintage numbers of each of these types can tell us a lot about how rare the coin is. It's important to note that not all 2002 dimes are particularly rare or valuable. In fact, most of them are fairly common and still circulate widely today. However, certain versions of the 2002 Roosevelt dime have proven to be much more scarce and, therefore, more valuable. Dimes that were released as part of special mint sets or proof sets, or those that feature unique characteristics like full bands or certain die errors, can fetch much higher prices than regular circulation coins. One aspect that greatly contributes to the value of any coin is its condition. The term, grade, is crucial when it comes to numismatics, and the 2002 Roosevelt dime is no exception. Coins that are well preserved, free of scratches, dings, and discoloration, are graded higher. The highest grade possible for a Roosevelt dime is Proof 70, which signifies that the coin is in perfect condition. However, even coins in slightly less than perfect condition can be valuable, especially if they are part of a low mintage release or if they feature rare minting errors. Another factor that has drawn collectors to the 2002 Roosevelt dime is the story behind it. The 2002 series was issued during a transitional period for the U.S. Mint, as they were moving toward new designs and innovations in coin production. The fact that this coin was minted in such an important era has added to its allure for collectors who are keen on owning a piece of U.S. history. As we continue to explore the market for Roosevelt dimes, it's clear that not all are created equal. The demand for rare and well-preserved coins has risen in recent years, driven by both seasoned collectors and investors seeking to diversify their portfolios with tangible, valuable assets. The 2002 Roosevelt dime has certainly benefited from this trend, and as we move deeper into the world of coin collecting, it's easy to see why this coin has become such a sought-after item. So, now that we've established the historical and design context of the 2002 Roosevelt dime, the question remains, how much is this rare coin worth? While many of the 2002 dimes can still be found circulating in change, the rare examples, such as those with full bands, proof sets, or unique errors, can command impressively high prices. In fact, some collectors have reported paying as much as $27,000 for certain versions of the 2002 Roosevelt dime. That's right, $27,000. Now, before you rush to check your own collection of dimes, keep in mind that the most valuable versions of the 2002 Roosevelt dime are incredibly rare. Finding one of these rare, high-value coins requires patience, dedication, and sometimes a bit of luck. But for those who are able to uncover these hidden gems, the payoff can be significant. In conclusion, the 2002 Roosevelt dime represents more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of the United States' enduring values, liberty, peace, and strength, and it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Whether you're just starting your numismatic journey, or you've been collecting coins for years, this coin is definitely one to keep an eye on. So, if you happen to find one of these rare dimes, you could be holding on to a valuable piece of history that could be worth thousands of dollars. Top 2. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the Roosevelt dime from 1989. This is not just any dime, it's a coin that holds a special place in both the hearts of collectors and the annals of numismatic history. Today, we'll take you through its historical context, design, minting details, and the thrilling story of how this particular coin can be worth as much as $48,000. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or simply someone who loves the idea of finding hidden treasures, stick around because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Let's start with a bit of history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced by the U.S. Mint in 1946, just a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt was a beloved leader who guided the United States through the Great Depression and World War II, and after his passing, the U.S. government decided to honor his memory by placing his image on the dime. A coin that had previously featured the image of a winged liberty, the new dime was designed to reflect Roosevelt's enduring legacy. The design itself, created by artist John R. Sinek, presents Roosevelt in a profile view. The simplicity and elegance of the design reflect his calm and steadfast leadership. The reverse of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. These elements have become synonymous with the values Roosevelt stood for during his presidency. But why are we talking about the 1989 version of this dime? In the world of coin collecting, the date of minting can play a huge role in a coin's value. While many of the Roosevelt dimes produced after 1946 are widely circulated and not particularly rare, certain years, and particularly certain coins from those years, hold significant value. The 1989 Roosevelt dime is one of those rare gems. Now, before we dive into the details of why the 1989 Roosevelt dime is so valuable, let's talk about its minting. The U.S. Mint struck millions of dimes in 1989, with coins being produced at several different minting facilities. Coins from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco were all part of the series that year. The majority of these coins were intended for general circulation, and most of them have remained in circulation for decades. The standard dimes from 1989 have minimal value, just 10 cents, the face value of the coin. But what makes the 1989 Roosevelt dime a target for collectors? Well, in 1989, the U.S. Mint released a special set of coins, including proof coins and uncirculated coins. Proof coins, which are specially made with a unique, high-quality finish, are often produced in much smaller numbers than regular circulation coins. These coins are typically sold to collectors and investors, and they can sometimes command much higher prices than those found in regular circulation. The 1989 proof dime, for example, is a highly sought-after collector's item because of its pristine quality and limited mintage. As you may know, in the world of numismatics, the rarity of a coin plays a major role in its value. Coins that were produced in low numbers or are in particularly excellent condition often fetch higher prices. But there's more to the story. There's something even more compelling about the 1989 Roosevelt dime, the story of the minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. These are the coins that have been accidentally altered during the minting process, resulting in unique and often highly valuable specimens. In the case of the 1989 Roosevelt dime, there were a number of interesting errors that occurred, including coins with doubled dies, off-center strikes, and even some with die cracks. These kinds of errors make the coin even more fascinating for collectors, as they can't be replicated, and each coin with an error tells a unique story. If you happen to come across a 1989 Roosevelt dime with one of these minting errors, you could be holding a coin that is worth significantly more than its face value. Some of these error coins have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the type and severity of the error. Now, let's talk about the value, because this is where things get really exciting. As of today, the value of a standard 1989 Roosevelt dime is still just 10 cents, and even proof versions, while worth more than face value, typically range in price from a few dollars to maybe $10 or $20, depending on their condition. However, if you've got your hands on a rare 1989 Roosevelt dime with a minting error or in perfect, uncirculated condition, that's when the value skyrockets. Some of the rarest 1989 Roosevelt dimes have been known to fetch astronomical amounts. In fact, certain error coins, especially those with significant flaws like the doubled die or the off-center strike, have been sold at auction for as much as $48,000. That's right, $48,000 for a single dime. While not every 1989 Roosevelt dime will reach this value, those with rare characteristics can be highly coveted by serious collectors. So, if you think you might have a 1989 Roosevelt dime in your collection, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. It could be your ticket to a significant windfall. It's important to remember that condition is everything when it comes to coins like the 1989 Roosevelt dime. A well-preserved coin with sharp, clear details will always fetch more than one that has been heavily worn or damaged. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest possible grade, representing a coin that is in perfect condition. A coin that is graded 68 or 69 might not seem much different from a 70, but to collectors, it can mean the difference between a few $100s and thousands of dollars. So, what makes the 1989 Roosevelt dime so attractive to collectors? It's not just the history behind the coin, though that's certainly a factor. It's not just the design, though that plays a big role too. The real allure comes from its rarity, its potential for minting errors, and its connection to a time in American history when coin collecting was gaining popularity. The 1989 version of the dime stands out because it has all the right elements: a historical connection to Roosevelt, beautiful design, proof versions, and the potential for minting errors that could increase its value. As we wrap up this exploration of the 1989 Roosevelt dime, it's clear that this coin holds much more than just its face value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone fascinated by the possibilities of rare finds, the 1989 Roosevelt dime is a coin worth keeping an eye on. With some of these rare specimens fetching incredible prices, there's no telling how valuable a well-preserved 1989 Roosevelt dime could be. Top 3. We're diving into the world of rare coins, specifically the 1991 Roosevelt dime. If you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone intrigued by the world of numismatics, this is the video for you. We're about to explore the history, the fascinating design, and the incredible value that can be hidden in a single dime from 1991. By the end, we'll reveal the staggering potential worth of this coin, one that could fetch up to $42,000 in the right conditions. Stay tuned, because you might just have a rare treasure in your pocket. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the history of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, just 1 year after the passing of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was a figure who led the country through some of its most challenging times, namely, the Great Depression and World War II. In 1946, the U.S. Mint made the decision to honor Roosevelt's legacy by placing his likeness on the dime, a coin that had previously featured the image of a winged liberty. The design of the Roosevelt dime was crafted by U.S. Mint chief engraver John R. Sinek, and it quickly became iconic. Sinek's design shows Roosevelt in profile, capturing his dignified and resolute expression. On the reverse side, the dime features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, values that were central to Roosevelt's leadership and vision for America. Since its introduction, the Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American coinage. While many of the coins minted after 1946 circulated widely, and most of them remain fairly common, there are specific years and specific types of Roosevelt dimes that have proven to be highly valuable, one of those being the 1991 version. So, what makes the 1991 Roosevelt dime so special? Let's take a deeper look. The minting of the 1991 Roosevelt dime took place across multiple U.S. Mint facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins typically don't have a mint mark, while coins from Denver are marked with a D, and coins from San Francisco are marked with an S. As with other years, millions of dimes were minted in 1991, many of which entered general circulation. These dimes were used in everyday transactions, and most of them are still out there, being used for their intended purpose, spending and exchanging. However, the key to understanding the value of the 1991 Roosevelt dime lies in the coins that were specifically produced for collectors and investors. The U.S. Mint also released special proof coins and uncirculated coins, which were not intended for circulation. These coins were made with a higher level of craftsmanship, often featuring a polished finish that made them look far more pristine than the dimes that made it into wallets and coin jars. The 1991 proof coins, for instance, were struck using polished dies and came in a protective case, making them highly desirable for collectors. These proof versions are typically more valuable than the regular dimes minted for general circulation. Now, let's talk about condition. As with all collectible coins, the condition of the 1991 Roosevelt dime plays a significant role in its potential value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A coin that has been in circulation for decades is likely to have some signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, or other imperfections that lower its grade. However, the 1991 dimes that were kept in uncirculated condition or in proof sets are often given higher grades, with some achieving grades of 68 or 69, which significantly boosts their value. But the most exciting part of collecting coins comes when you discover a coin with a minting error, a coin that was struck incorrectly during the minting process. These coins are often considered highly valuable because they are unique. The 1991 Roosevelt dime is no exception, with several known errors being spotted over the years, including off-center strikes and die cracks. These minting errors can add a premium to the coin's value, sometimes making them worth thousands of dollars, even tens of thousands, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. So, what exactly makes a 1991 Roosevelt dime worth up to $42,000? The answer lies in the rare and valuable examples that have emerged from collectors' sets, particularly those with minting errors or those in perfect, near-perfect condition. For instance, if you happen to find a 1991 Roosevelt dime that is in flawless condition, graded at MS 68 or higher, and it has a unique minting error such as a double die or an off-center strike, you could have a coin worth a small fortune. These error coins are highly sought after by serious collectors, who are always on the lookout for rare finds to complete their collections. The rarity of these high-grade or error-filled 1991 dimes is what drives their value. While most 1991 dimes may be worth just a few cents, if you have one that is in mint condition or has an error, it could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to upwards of $42,000, depending on its specific characteristics. In fact, One of the most valuable 1991 Roosevelt dimes ever sold was an MS-69 graded coin with a double die error, which fetched an astounding $42,000 at auction. This coin was nearly perfect in every way, with the additional bonus of a minting error that made it even rarer. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 1991 Roosevelt dime in your collection? The first step is to look for any signs of unusual characteristics. Is your coin in pristine, uncirculated condition? Does it have any noticeable minting errors, like a doubled die or an off-center strike? If so, you may have a coin that's worth far more than just 10 cents. To determine the exact value, it's always a good idea to have your coin professionally appraised. A reputable coin dealer or grading service can examine your coin, assign it a grade, and let you know if it's a rare or valuable specimen. In conclusion, the 1991 Roosevelt dime may seem like just another coin at first glance, but for collectors and investors, it's a hidden treasure. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned numismatist, the 1991 Roosevelt dime offers the possibility of finding a rare, highly valuable coin in your pocket. With its historical significance, stunning design, and potential for minting errors, the 1991 dime is a must-have for any serious collector. As always, thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 Roosevelt dime, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more exciting numismatic content, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. You never know, you might just inspire someone to check their pocket change for a $42,000 treasure. Until next time, happy collecting!